And welcome back. I'm number 12 and I'm still playing Dwarf Fortress. And we just started digging out our fortress. So right now we only have a wagon in the middle of the forest near a nice little pond. But we want a fortress. We want the mighty dwarven citadel here. Okay, how far did that go down here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. Let's do one more. And then make an upward stair. We still have room in every direction, that's pretty nice. Let's see how... Oh, we have gypsum here. Gypsum is useful because you can make plaster bags out of it. Why you need those? Well, plaster bags allow you um, to make gypsum casts, which are used to immobilize broken bones. So you need them later on. Right now we probably won't deal with much medical stuff, so we... oh nice, we have lignite here. That is pretty amazing, because it means we have a fuel source, and we can get more than one coal out of it, so lignite is pretty cool. What else do we need here? Sadly, it appears we don't get the soil layer is not very deep, so I'll have to set up farms here, which is something I'd rather not have to, but sometimes you just can't help it. Okay. I'm not sure if I talked about Sound Sense already. It's the other program I have running in the background, and it adds kind of ambient sound to the game. For one, it replaces the original music with some other things as well, and it plays sounds depending on what your log file says. So I think you hear it. If not, I have turned it too low. Each time I strike a new mineral, it should play a sound. So you get the audio signal that something has happened, and it's kind of a disadvantage for me because I played this pack for a few hours, and and I kind of don't read those logs anymore because all the important stuff was in the audio warning. So I had an audio message every time something happened, and now I don't have that anymore. Well, I still have that, but I can hardly hear it because of the sound settings, which are barely audible. I hear the music just a bit, and that's about it. So there is not much actual warning in here. I also need to see where I can place the farm. It doesn't look like this soil is extending past that one layer, so I'll have to do something I don't particularly like and actually build my farms over here. I guess I can do that. What's in here? Is that a cat? No, it's a revolt. Okay, I thought one of my cats had fallen in there and probably wouldn't make it out alive. But we can rest assured the cat will survive. It didn't actually fall into the water. I'll also need to find some some stones without economic purpose very soon, because sorry, because I'd rather keep the gypsum, and I definitely want to keep this lignite, because we need tons of fuel, especially if we find iron at some point, which I hope we will. And I think I want to build in this direction. Okay, so I'll set the farms up here. I usually go for a large farm and workshop area near the entrance of the fortress. So I need to travel 6 levels below that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is where our what do I want to say? Where our living quarters are going to get to be. So I want one office here because I want. Okay, I need 2 offices this time. Sometimes the expedition leader is the architect, and then I only need 1 office. The expedition leader himself doesn't actually need an office, but he prefers to have one for meetings. So what we're gonna do is we'll carve out a few rooms down here. Three, four, five, 6. No, that's too short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more row here. I tend to keep those central kind of pillars intact in case I dig out a larger room. It isn't actually needed. The room doesn't cave in from that. At least it never does when I actually don't leave that free. But it just feels better for me. I just like that more. Also, I like how you can only do certain things sort of in game. For example, the stores here are obscured until I have a bookkeeper who has spent plenty of time in his office counting all my stuff. Or I can't assign work orders, like here, without a manager. And once I hit, I think, 15 dwarves in my fortress, the manager also needs an office. So he actually has to go to the place, go to his office, pen that work order for, I don't know, making 5 buckets, and only then this order is issued to the workshops, not earlier. And I like how this kind of stays in character, or in role, because your dwarves don't just know they have this order, they have to have a manager tell them to do that, or make this, and so on. I think that's pretty amazing. For now we want 3 rock doors, so I want rock doors, 3 of them. I want 2 rock thrones and 2 rock tables. Also 24 beds. Alright, I also should probably add some of those workshops, like a mason's workshop here. We'll make it from rock salt, and no, it doesn't dissolve in the rain. We'll make another rock salt, and we'll make a carpenter's shop over here out of granite. Those are only temporary, but we need them to craft other things. So they must be built first, because I won't be able to place those underground for a while. We'll have that, and here's the thing where the manager comes in handy, because each of those buildings can only acquire up 8 or 9 tasks. And if I want to build more things, I either have to do the same thing and have it on repeat, or, which you will see soon with the bed. For example, if I want a very specific amount of a certain, let's say, furniture, I would otherwise have to build it on repeat and stop it in the workshop right in time. Now this is a bit troubling if you have several workshops and they all build different things and you have to keep track of all different things and your crafts dwarves are just all over the place and maybe craft two things here, then go over to another workshop, craft two things there, then go have dinner, then craft another thing at the first workshop, and so on. So if you have to micromanage that, it's really just a pain in the ass. And that's what the manager is for. So you can give very specific workshop orders and have those crafted exactly like you need them, and that's it. And I love the manager for it. So let me just assign or just toy a bit with the work orders here. I want to have my miner not hauling anything. The same goes for my mason. So they're not carrying around stuff, which is something I'd rather not have them. I also want my farmers to stop carrying things because they are needed elsewhere too. They have harvested here. So what I wanted to do now is build farming plots. I'm going with yeah, let's use 4x3 this time. So I'm going to drop a few of those. We are not going to use them all at once. I want to have them ready just in case. You know, once we actually get to the point where we have a lot of plants and a lot of seeds we want to use, we can just bury them right away and have the farming ready. I keep forgetting how many above ground crops there actually are, so let's keep the fields at that for now. And we should have some seeds already. Also, could someone pick up that? Should have done that first, but anyway. Also, it seems our wood cutter is done here. It's pretty good, but we have more things to cut down for him. This will likely alienate a lot of elves because they do seem to like those forests. But I don't. Well, I do, but I need the wood. I need that wood. So we're going to build a pasture up here. And I'm going to take one war dog and all those guys to the pasture. You don't actually need to bring the birds to the pasture, but you need to bring your grazing animals, like any non-bird creature, like the horses and pigs. Otherwise, they would starve. Dogs don't eat grass either. They don't have to be fed, but everything else needs to be fed, and that's why you generally want to have them somewhere on a grass field. We will move those guys inside. That's certainly scheduled. Do we have rock? Okay. It's on my list. And now I need to check something. I'll just mine that out. So, okay. What we have now is plenty of stone here and some gems which are just wasting space there at the moment. The thing about rocks is we can't use or we can't build where the rocks are or where things are. So I'd like to drop a bed, say here, and I can't because there's a rock. And that's the downside with having those rocks all over the place. And one of the reasons why I like digging in soil first, because it doesn't leave rocks behind. So you can place, for example, stockpiles right as you go, and that is pretty nice. It's certainly a benefit, and I wouldn't want to miss it. I also need to see where I can carve out a tree farm for here, because once we get to the... Did I actually stop the recording? Because once we get to the caves, there will be trees sprouting all over the place. Let me just check if I started a new recording. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. So let me just fix that quickly, and then I will be right back.